a actress from Austria, and she was Jewish, and she fled the Nazis and came to America. And she is an excellent example of a woman who's both beautiful and brilliant. She invented this scheme that's called frequency hopping spread spectrum. And it was patented. It did not actually get deployed in World War II, but she had a patent on it. And she had a co-inventor, George Antheil. And so this is how the story goes. Let's see what. Okay, just 10 minutes. I'll cut it off in 10 minutes. Okay, the story goes like this. In World War II, they had these radio-controlled torpedoes. And you think, what does this have to do with GSM? A lot. And so basically, they'd launch a torpedo, and the torpedo would have a little antenna sticking out of the water, and the guy on the ship would have like a joystick, probably not a joystick, but some sort of controller, and he'd say, go left, go right, go left, and try to steer it to the enemy ship. Well, the enemy figured out that, hey, they're using radio-controlled torpedoes. All we have to do is get a bigger transmitter and jam it. Okay? Well, George Antheil was a symphony conductor. He had put together this performance piece with 12 player pianos. And he got it so that he applied just, the old-fashioned player pianos that had the paper rolls with the holes in them. I know you know what it is, Tom. but it's these old player pianos. And they got the player pianos synchronized by getting them to run exactly the same speed. And they put together a concert with 12 player pianos. So Hedy Lamarr's idea was, well, if I can do that with a player piano, then I can do that with radio frequencies. Okay, so what I'll do is, instead of transmitting at one frequency, I'll hop my frequencies around. And then, the enemy can jam one of the channels, but he's not going to be able to jam all the channels all the time. Okay, the patent was actually to use little player piano rolls, and one would be in the torpedo, and one would be on the ship, and that would synchronize the transmitter and receiver, because the transmitter's hopping frequency, the receiver also has to hop its frequencies as it's going along. Okay, so it knows where the signal is, and you get those synchronized. Great, solves the torpedo problem. Okay. Again, it's kind of this robustness. It takes this one channel where everything was concentrated and was easily jammed, and by spreading out over wider frequencies, we've turned this into a hide-and-seek game now. So you can see, it doesn't take much thought to see how there'd be lots of military applications of this. Okay? But anyway, the basic idea of using a much broader spectrum to transmit your signal than the actual original spectrum, this is called spread spectrum. And frequency hopping was used in GSM. And it's also another form of spread spectrum is called CDMA.